Can I be concerned
every
for my
5
friend?
seconds. Are you okay?
I'm just,
Liam,
I'm being a concerned
You need
friend.
to let me in, Liam. Are you okay?
You are very.
Shut up.
You're not expressing yourself. you need to let me know how you feel about things.
Great.
Man.
I feel really great.
I don't think the relationship's working out.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I've become best friends with them.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm festive.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dear Hollow Heroes. And as always, I'm here with Meek Man Liam Meekum.
What's going on, guys?
And he's gone again.
I miss him.
Eh.
Yeah.
And I'm just Ben Petrick. that bit's still going.
As always, I'm BP Ben Petrick. That's as in BP Media.
Company that doesn't exist yet. All right, so let's go straight to the top story. Of course, the NBA postseason continues to dazzle and amaze us, and I think it's about time that we get a little bit of an opinion from Liam about so far. Another weekend, couple teams eliminated. How are we feeling?
You didn't have anything prepared, huh?
No, I did not. I've been working 5 jobs. Give me a break.
And I think it's time. And
this is a 6th job. I have 6 jobs.
This is where he usually monologues, and then he just goes, I think it was dazzling. What do you think, Liam? I mean, what game do you want to start with?
I mean, we got to wait for the Lakers game because that goes into our next segment. But I think the one to start with is the 2 sweeps. I mean, I feel like we can just brush across OKC. Like, you kind of knew that they were going to win. We didn't think they'd be winning that badly and demoralize. Yeah, they demoralized the Pelicans.
We did know they were going to win that bad.
We knew
there was no Zion.
There was no Zion, but we didn't. A gentleman's sweep, they couldn't get one. That was kind of.
Did you think they were going to get one?
Yeah, I did. I thought
guess
it'd be
if it's your team, you always think they're going to get one.
But I thought it'd be a gentleman's. I thought if there was going to be a sweep, I would think it would be you guys. If there was going to be a sweep, which is what.
No, I knew we would still win.
But I'm just shocked how they demoralized Brandon Ingram, like Dort on the
whole team.
Thunder, just everyone.
Nobody shot well, and they were just every shot that didn't go in just compounded on itself, and just
they were in their
didn't
heads.
Go well. Yeah,
they were in their heads. Well. You could see the body language on that court. Like they felt demoralized. They were trying and doing their best, but it just did not. It didn't work right. And some looked wrong. So. It's kind of a blessing they got swept and have to play another game of that. But the Thunder get to move on and play the winner of Clippers and Mavs, who has turned themselves into a good series. No Kawhi, literally no problem for the Clippers.
It's been better, and Kawhi's out for Game 5, so you know what that means.
Clippers
win.
Clippers win. And I think this is the best way to put it. We all know Luka's the guy on the Mavs. He's their best player. But man, oh man, has Kyrie been box office. Like, you can't help but watch him all series long.
Yeah,
he's been
good.
Great. You see that play where he goes up for the layup between 3
readjust.
forwards? 3 forwards, dude. And 2 of them are future Hall of Famers. How did he do that? That's unbelievable. A phenomenal play.
Me playing basketball, I would have been blocked by 3 separate individuals.
Be blocked by a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, there's someone out there that's normal and doing their own life that would block that shot. That's incredible. And I think the Mavs. Do you think that the Clippers are underperforming? The Mavs are underperforming. How are you feeling about the teams during the season?
I think they're both playing well. I think they're both doing what I expected them to be doing.
Really,
it's a hard series. I mean, these are 2 good teams. Let's not put it on the Clippers by saying, "Oh, they're a 3 seed." They're a 3 seed, right?
The Clippers are 4.
Is it 4?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. They're a 4 seed. They should be playing better. I mean, it's 4-5 for a reason. It's the closest matchup you're going to see in the first round.
Am I crazy for saying that I think that the Mavs are overperforming a little bit?
No,
I think the role players, not
Luka
or Kyrie. I just think the role players are overachieving, and I could sustain through the postseason. I mean, this postseason is way shorter than an entire regular season, but I'm saying like it's kind of like they're. Which is good for the Mavs. It could be a good sign.
No, I
didn't expect them to be playing that well.
I disagree with you. I did expect them not to be playing that well, but for a different reason. I don't think they're overperforming now. I think in the past we've seen the Mavs regular season, postseason Luka, Kyrie, everybody on the Mavs underperform, except for Jalen Brunson when he was wearing that uniform. But we're so used to them not playing up to their capabilities that when they do, it's a little bit strange.
So you think like it's now? Oh, they're finally achieving what they need to do.
I think they're finally playing well.
Okay, I could see that. And the Clippers, I feel like, are playing really well when Kawhi's not there. But I don't know why. But when Kawhi's there, it just feels like there's too many stars. Like, kind of, you know what I mean? There's too much going on.
Yeah.
No one seems like they're getting into a groove, and I think that's why him not being there is kind of good, because everyone's now had more touches to get into a groove.
We'll test this theory tonight because we'll see, like, if they go up 3 without Kawhi.
I'm not putting them in until game, unless you need them.
There's some question marks about Kawhi, right?
You put him in game. I don't. If you win game 5, you're not putting him in game 6. But if you lose game 6, then you have to.
You have to.
Yeah, he is.
Imagine defending that to the press if you lose.
True.
Why didn't you put in the superstar two-way player? Oh, well, social media told us we were winning without him, so we had to listen.
Well, of course, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm a baseball fan, so superstition's the thing.
I mean,
in the postseason especially.
You might be right, but you cannot defend it.
That's the thing in basketball. Don't you just want to ride you want to stick with the winning format, especially in the postseason, because you only can lose twice.
Could argue you
can't lose twice.
You could argue the only winning format on that team is Kawhi.
You could argue it, but it's not a good argument right now. You have to be extremely, what have you done for me lately in the postseason? If you go, oh, I'm going to start Kawhi because he's the best player on the team, and you go and lose 2 games, you can kind of put your head up and say, yeah, well, we put the best out there. But at the same time, you're going to be back there thinking, we won 2 games without him. So why did we stop? Why didn't we just stick to what was winning? We were given a winning format, and it was just to not have him play. I mean, next series you could try him again. I wouldn't
when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the league.
I agree.
You can't take him out.
And then that's another thing. Wouldn't you want him to be a little bit more rested for the next series? Then go with the winning format. Start game 1 with him.
No, you can't do that.
I think, but this all is different if they lose game 5. Then that theory's out the window. But if they win game 5, it's going to be kind of a very difficult decision if he's ready for game 6. But I think it's the best series so far. Maybe Sixers Knicks, but
I mean, that was 3-1 until yesterday.
True, and the Sixers kind of, I don't know if they dominated, but I think the Knicks sold.
It was OT.
It was OT. The Knicks, but based on rewatching it,
the Knicks were up by
the Knicks sold.
Margin.
I feel like the Knicks sold.
I agree.
I think it was more of a Knicks loss than a Sixers win, which tells to why I think the Knicks have played better the entire series. So I think they should wrap it up, but it could be a classic.
They got to go back to Philly and wrap it up.
Yeah, which it could become a classic. That's all I'm saying. It could become a classic, and would.
You know how good the Sixers are in classics.
Yeah, that's not good. Sixers are either going to break their curse or just they're ready to be hurt again. But and I think we could go right back to your series now. Game 5 now.
Yeah, it's
3-1.
It's looking like it's shot on.
Playing tonight when you guys hear this at some point tomorrow. I might not have it ready at midnight, but it might be. This will be really sometime.
It took
tomorrow.
one of the best shooting performances in Heat history to beat the Celtics.
True.
Granted, they don't have Kristaps. I don't know if Jason Tatum's a little bit shaken up from the ankle, but
this is your chance to steal one, which would be huge for the other Eastern Conference teams. They'd love you guys for it.
Yeah.
Just to steal one more, make them play another game, and keep getting them tired and, risking injury and, risking all this stuff.
Kristaps is, at best, going to miss a couple of games. So
then there's the question, if he's going to miss time, wouldn't you maybe, if it wraps up, if you're a team, wouldn't you want to get game 1 and 2 without Kristaps? That's another talking point there.
I'll tell you what's a really good series in my opinion,
What?
and no one talks about it.
Cavs Magic.
Cavs Magic. Why is no one talking about it?
It's because they're 2 small market teams now. They don't have Braun on the Cavs, so it's a small market team. The Magic is the smallest of markets you could get besides Charlotte.
And they don't have a defined star in the league yet.
Yeah.
Paulo's getting there.
Paulo's going to get there, and you could argue that Wagner could be a good 2.
Yeah, it's Wagner, but yeah.
Wagner, sorry. And then on the Cavs, you have Spida. He's
tough.
He's tough. And then, Jared Allen's a very known name. So
I would like to see the Magic do well, though.
I'm rooting for the Magic to win it, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to force Game 7.
I think every team's going to win at home.
Every team, yeah. I think the Magic are going to win Game 6, and then the Cavs are going to win Game 7.
Yeah, but it was a 1-point game last night.
It was. I think the Magic have been doing better in Cleveland than the Cleveland's been doing in Orlando.
But they're in Cleveland more.
And if there is going to be, I think if you're a Magic fan, you have hope. If you're a Cavs fan, I think if you're a Cavs fan, you think you got it wrapped up. But I think Cavs are a little worried if it goes to Game 7 because they're more likely to win. The road team that's going to win would be more likely the Magic. But and then what else we got? There's a lot of series in the first round. There's so much to keep up with.
The Suns.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, how are we not talking about the Suns?
Yeah, I think it's crazy how. Well, first of all, I have to address this. Anthony Edwards is not the face of the league. He's not the face of the league. He's not the face of the league. Everyone wants to get this to be a thing. Hi, teams. That's one of my 10 jobs. But he wants to be the face of the league so bad, and everyone wants him to be. That's apparently. I hear it all over social media, but he's not.
He's not a top 5 player.
He's just not. He's not a top 5 player. He's just not. He's not the face of the league, and I don't know why they keep doing this. I don't get it.
He is a good player.
Tatum has a better shot of being the face of the league.
Yeah.
But
Tatum's old news at this point. Anthony Edwards is new. That's the whole point.
But how is that? LeBron's been the face of the league for the last 20 years. How does it matter?
I don't
his
understand.
age?
The whole face of the league argument doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Oh, look who finally decided to show
Whoa.
up. Look who finally decided. Boo!
Eli, bro?
Boo!
Eli? You had to take out Eli?
Yeah, I didn't want to take a.
Boo! Put the other box
You could have
back
taken
up.
out Saquon?
Sorry. Hello.
Just a sorry. That's all we're getting.
I'm still.
Can you put it
tangled
back up
in
on that?
cords.
Oh, well, we're not giving this box away. All right, so
I really thought I could clear that table. I was wrong.
we learned. So
It's fine. Just leave it.
Okay.
so back to our point.
Where'd it go?
Do you think the Suns didn't play bad? They could never win.
Well, they did play bad.
Well, technically, but
Here's my problem with
it
the
was.
Suns.
They weren't all, and none of them were bad losses.
Oh, no, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, proceed.
Here's my problem with the Suns. Start of the season, they get Beal. They get KD. Everyone says, oh, they're winning a championship. It's over. Everyone's on board. Everyone's like, we have to stop this madness. How is this allowed? Fast forward to right now. They get eliminated in 4. Everyone's saying, well, obviously it didn't work out. You didn't have a point guard on your team. You traded all your draft picks. Of course it wasn't going to work out. Why would you ever do this? You have to pick one. You can't be outraged when they lose and also just completely expecting them to win.
I thought it was a good idea, and I still think it was a good idea.
I still
As a
think
GM,
it's a solid idea.
as
You
a
have
GM
to-
perspective, it just didn't work. Like,
You should have had a point guard on your roster.
Yeah, you'd think so.
But preseason, we were all in.
you could argue that you could put Bradley Beal as a ball handler. You could put KD as your ball handler.
Booker, I mean, they
Booker
can
as
all
your ball
handle.
handler. Like, and this is the other thing. There's just every team that wins has a flaw, and you forget about it because they won. When you lose, you start to see the flaws. OKC has no weight to them. They're all scrawny,
True.
and they don't have playoff experience. They lose, that's what you're going to hear. They win, you're going to forget about it.
True.
If the Timberwolves lost, you would have been like, well, Anthony Edwards is young, Gobert is old, Cat can't win in the postseason. Something for everything. And when you lose, it gets exposed. When you win, it's forgotten. If the Suns won this series, everyone would say it was a great idea.
It was, best GM of
Best
all time.
GM of all time. It stinks that the results are such a big deal because sometimes you got to think back, that was a good idea. And I think that the Suns just got also unlucky that they faced who kind of should be the first seed. They were the best Western Conference regular season team. They really were through beginning, and that's coming from an OKC fan. They just had a cold stretch that was just enough for the Thunder to get past.
Yeah.
And it was right at the buzzer too, right at the end of the regular season. There was a one game that decided, and the Thunder got lucky.
Can we now talk about the actual best Western Conference team?
The Denver Nuggets.
The Los Angeles Lakers, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, let's go to stat of the week. It's going to say quote of the week, but stat of the week. It is unbelievable to say that the Los Angeles Lakers in this series against the Denver Nuggets, they led for 165 minutes. They led for 165 minutes and only trailed for 59 minutes. If you didn't watch this series, who do you think won while leading for 165 of the minutes and only trailing for 59 minutes? They lost and got gentlemen sweeped. They only got one win. They lost on 2 buzzer beaters and got blown out on 2 of them.
Yeah, they just couldn't hold on to a lead.
Unbelievable. And they led at halftime all 5 games and lost 4 of them.
First half team.
Yeah, clearly.
And I cannot help but feel sorry for LeBron. And I gotta say, also,
You don't think it's LeBron's fault?
But the old man can't go the distance anymore? He gets tired by the second half?
45 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't just say, "Oh, it's not LeBron's fault." I mean, he was a reason that they lost. AD played great in a lot of games.
AD played great.
He's another reason why they lost.
How?
Not the biggest.
AD is probably the least of the reason why they lost. Then LeBron. But I think LeBron's biggest moment that he crumbled was game 2, where he had a wide open 3 and he missed it. That's the one thing that I really... He could have had the game winner, but he gave Jamal Murray the game winner.
Looked good during the series. How do you not? I mean, Darvin Ham.
Get out of here.
Terrible.
And D'Angelo Russell. Get out of here.
Masterclass on how not to play basketball.
D'Angelo Russell was the worst to watch in that
D'Lo,
series.
I think, hit a cold streak.
I don't
because
care.
He's been hooping all season. He's been putting up tough shots and making them. And it's probably one of the best seasons of his career.
Playoffs ain't the time to go cold.
And he just was bad, man. He was bad.
Horrendous.
And then Darvin Ham threw him right under the bus. Like, immediately.
Darvin Ham shouldn't have a job.
He should be gone.
He was terrible.
I'm rarely an advocate of blaming the coach, but I'm
blaming the
bad
coach. One. So I definitely can't. That. And you know what's funny? That Jamal Murray played horrible in 2 of those games. And then all he did was get like a game-tying, game-winning shot, and then that was like the end of game 2. Of course, the most important shots, obviously. And you couldn't have stolen one when when their second best player is ice cold, can't steal one at all. I don't know why and also this is another thing in Game 5, an underrated thing. They had no timeouts for 3 minutes. The last 3 minutes, 0 timeouts. Darvin Ham spended all of his timeouts with 3 minutes left. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, really?
I was going to ask, what could have the coach done better, and I forgot about that.
I mean,
the time management's a big one.
The Nuggets went on a 15-0 run, and there was no timeout called late in the game. I believe that was Game 4. I mean, all Jamal Murray and Jokic were doing were running the high pick and roll, and there was no adjustment made on defense. They just went and trotted the same defense out there for 4 games.
Do you think, this is a crazy question, but do you think if Spoelstra went to the Lakers for that series, do you think they could win that series?
No, I don't think they could win it, but it would go probably 6 games.
You think they would definitely probably get 2?
I don't know.
They would get Game 2. They'd get Game 2 with Spoelstra. You already have 4. You get Game 2. I'd argue you get Game 5 as well. I think they're up 3-2 right now.
Maybe.
And playing Game 6. You definitely got to give the Nuggets Game 1 and 3. Like, they got those wins. It don't matter what coach you put out there. They got those wins. But I think the Lakers don't even get in the position for Jamal Murray to shoot the game-winning shot. I think also you could argue it could have been over because they had first half leads with Spoelstra reaffirming the defense. He's not going to
giving up leads.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. But still, I would say it's 3-2 Lakers then.
I mean, basketball is a game of runs. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
it just shouldn't happen that often.
And it was
during the playoffs.
Time.
During the playoffs.
Was it the worst?
With LeBron on your team.
And by the way, LeBron, and this is what killed me inside. LeBron would shoot like these threes to like end the run, and then he'd have his own 5-point run, like 5-0 LeBron, and every beginning of the fourth, end of third, and they just didn't listen to that. The rest of the team just kept selling and selling and selling, and I couldn't believe it. And then AD would get on the court and he'd shoot bucket after bucket after bucket, and then just no one followed him.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, and it was always in the second half. It was a brutal series to watch. Just a brutal series. I really wanted the Lakers to win that too.
No,
they weren't going to.
I was a Nuggets guy.
Yeah. Do you think the Bucks can make the comeback? That's like the last series we have.
No.
No, I think it's over still.
I do.
Just like Nick Sixers, it's over, but it's not over.
I don't know if Nick Sixers is over.
Yeah, that one's they're getting scrappy. Both teams.
I can't.
Overtime victory can boost your team, especially in opponent territory. Then you go back home,
True.
and anything can happen in a game 7. So
That is
it's
very
not
true.
over.
It's time for the burning questions. All right, so question number 1. Mike Trout. Of course, the legendary Mike Trout is going to have, I believe, season-ending surgery, knee surgery.
Yeah, you don't get knee surgery and come back from it.
Yeah,
mid-season.
so he's going to be out again for another season.
They said it's not season ending. I just read the report.
Oh, it's not? Okay. But how much do you think this affects Mike Trout's legacy? Liam, you can lead off, and I'm going to not talk and let you two
Ben
argue.
asked me not to slander Mike Trout.
Don't slander him. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Specifically
Don't open this door.
because he wanted to do it himself.
No, I didn't.
Mike Trout.
No.
I mean, let me pull it up here.
I feel
Mike
like it'd be
Trout.
funny if Mikey were here. He's a friend of ours from our hometown. He's a huge Mike Trout hater.
Is
so
an 11-time MLB All-Star, 3-time AL Most Valuable Player, coming in second multiple times as well. Silver Slugger 9 times, captain of the U.S. national team. Ben cannot stand the guy. I absolutely love him. If you watched him during his stretch of dominance, he was lights out. You would have said he was the greatest player of all time. If he didn't get slowed down by injuries, would have been the greatest player of all time. You wouldn't throw blows against Derrick Rose, right?
This
No,
is the
you wouldn't.
exact opposite he told me at work today.
You wouldn't, because that's ridiculous. Derrick Rose is one of the
I can't
best
believe you're
players.
using my argument and
One of the-
pretending it's yours.
This is what I told you over the phone. This is all my stuff.
What are you talking about?
we are agreeing, by the way, Rob.
This is, I mean, you
100%
wouldn't
agreed.
hate on Derrick Rose, would you?
I told
No,
him
you
to say
wouldn't.
this on the show because I didn't think I was going to make it on time. And then he told you, and now you're saying it because now I'm here.
All right, Rob, what'd you counter?
What's my? He already said my bit.
You guys don't like him. I mean,
Oh, you shut your mouth. I love Mike Trout. Mike Trout is supposed to be one of
I
the
also
greatest
love
to
Mike
ever
Trout.
live. He has one of the smoothest swings baseball has ever seen. The thing with Mike Trout is 10 straight years of glory
I agree.
as a regular season player. Postseason, listen, you can't have one great guy and make the postseason in baseball. It's just impossible.
Well, they had 2.
You're right. They had 2. Even
Two
with 2,
of the best players.
two
in
of the
baseball.
best players.
Let's
One
take
and
team
2.
success out of it, because that is a big question mark.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you have 2 of the best players, and then just Joe Dirt on the other
But
8
hey,
spots.
they paid Rendon.
Yeah, they did. But so you have someone like Mike Trout who is, for the first half of his career, just looks like a guaranteed Hall of Famer. Just like, yep, nope, that guy's one of the best to ever do it. He's just going to be one of the best to ever do it. And now it feels like almost along the same lines as Prince Fielder, where it's almost to what if.
Yeah.
Because he's been hurt so much, where he's playing, and when he's not hurt, he leads the league in home runs like he is right now.
Like every year.
Every year.
And then he inevitably gets hurt.
That's the issue. But and the thing with his issues is injuries is they're not like Anthony Rendon or in other injuries where it's like, oh, he's just needs a couple days off. When he goes down, he's putting full effort into everything he's got, and his body just fails him,
Absolutely.
and it's terrible.
Great player. I love him. Now let's go to Ben. Why don't you like Mike Trout?
I love Mike Trout. I genuinely
He
believe
was
that
just telling
he
me
is.
something completely different before the episode.
Yeah, very funny, dude. All right. I genuinely believe he's the best player of the 2010s, and I think injury is not allowing him to be the best player of the 2020s. I think you could argue Shohei he's gonna be the best player of 2020, Shohei. But I think if Trout never got hurt, he would put up an argument for it. I think ever since Mike Trout entered the league, it has been him, and he has been dominating the AL as a personal player. And yeah, and Bryce Harper may have been the chosen one, but Mike Trout is the chosen one, in my opinion. But Barry Bonds is still the GOAT. I rest my case.
Okay.
Weird switch up, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know, because the way Mike Trout just played baseball, because it wasn't just his hitting stats that
Can we
people love to point
rename
out.
this segment to just necking Mike Trout? Can we just do 10 minutes on that?
What's wrong
Can
with
I
you?
call it that? My
Can
mom
you?
listens to this show.
What do you got? Proceed.
I was the one who was talking.
Proceed.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah, you can't say proceed and then interject. So, the thing with Mike Trout isn't just his hitting stats. Is he was one of the best center fielders baseball seen. His highlight reel was amazing. Catching balls that should have been home runs, diving plays in center field. It was he was truly just unstoppable. And now sometimes people will say, well, you need to put him at DH so he doesn't get hurt as much. And then you see who they put out in center field. It's like, I'd rather Mike Trout out there. Just because.
For 4 games?
You got to put out your best product.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. You know what? They tried the DH experiment with him, and it didn't work that way. He still got hurt.
Yeah, it did.
He's just made of glass. Don't pay him then.
But he wasn't made of glass for the first half of his career. That's the problem. It's been the last 5 years that have been the issue.
There's gonna be one.
But it's been major injuries.
I think we're gonna get that 1 year where he's gonna win MVP one more time,
I mean, we've
and
been saying
then
that for the
go
past 5 years.
and then go right back to being broken glass. There's gonna be that one little blip.
Or maybe he just says, you know what, it's too much, I retire.
True, he could be an Andrew Luck. I mean, he's a better Andrew Luck, but he's better like legacy wise. But he could be kind of like an Andrew Luck. Phenomenal, unstoppable in his early career, and then just riddled with injuries. All right.
Hate to see it.
Next burning question. The New York Rangers swept in round 1. Is there any team that you think could beat the Rangers right now? They
Vegas.
swept handily.
Yeah, I mean,
Vegas.
Vegas?
yeah, probably. There's teams.
They're,
Boston.
I think they're up 2-1 against. They're like fighting a tough fight against
There's
Dallas.
no
right now.
way they're up 2-1.
I think they're up. They're against Dallas. The Vegas.
There's no way.
I think it's 3-1, 2-1. At least last time I checked. But as you got Vegas as the team, they're the 4th seed.
Yes, but
2-2.
They're a wild card team. It's 2-2 now.
Colorado won 4-1. I mean, I don't know.
I say Vegas because they're always pesky, and it doesn't matter. Playoff magic is a thing, and even if you're a great team like the Rangers, whoever has the magic still has the potential to beat you.
Florida went to the Cup last year.
Exactly.
True. Florida, I think, is going to be, if they get past Carolina, Florida is going to be a tough one.
They get
Sweeping
past Carolina.
all because you sweep round
talking
1
about?
when you
The
play.
Rangers play Carolina.
Yeah, I said
okay.
if they get past Carolina.
I thought you meant the Panthers.
No. See, it's
Panthers got winner of Maple Leafs and Boston.
all because you sweep round 1. Honestly, listen, that's a great confidence boost, but that doesn't mean you're unstoppable.
Yeah, but they are the best regular season team. That's why and they came out. They were a little shaky in game 1, but they were really good the rest of the series. Like, pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah, you know what?
Especially in the third period. Every third period, they were unstoppable.
Because both of you are here, I would like to also say, all because you're the best team in the regular season and go undefeated for most of the playoffs, when it counts, you can still lose.
That is true. That's true.
That sounds like it's coming from a place of pain there, Rob.
No, actually,
2 times.
it's mostly from, I was
I was talking Ravens.
I was talking Ravens twice.
Oh, no, I was talking the
This
perfect
year.
season that the Patriots had and just lost the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Because they lost the true perfect season, best to...
yeah, that sucks.
You remember Derrick Henry? Do you remember Patrick Mahomes ending your season? I remember Eli, though. I won't lie. I remember Eli twice. Now we're all sad.
I'm not sad.
I'm not sad.
Aaron Rodgers.
My
Hail Mary.
team,
Now
my
we're all
team's
sad.
better than it was last year.
Yeah, your team is better than it was last year.
So is mine.
Mine, too. Our teams got better. Speaking of the NFL draft.
We'll see how that translates.
Speaking of the NFL draft, we're going to go to game time. It's time for game time.
I was hoping you were going to do it like that.
All right, so the NFL draft has come and gone, and we all are pretty happy with our picks. Am I right?
Yeah, I can't be upset.
Am I correct? Yeah.
I wish we traded back, but yeah, where we drafted.
So we'll start with my team because we picked first. We got Drake May. Yeah, man. We got our quarterback of the future. You guys got your wide receiver of the future. Who'd you guys draft again?
Picked a corner.
Picked actually
Nate Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins. Yeah, and he's good. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these players turn out. It's May in May. How cool is that? It's May the month, and we have a quarterback named Drake May.
He's not going to play during this month
And I
ever.
said-
1 month, for as long as Drake May plays, Ben will be completely insufferable. Throwing it out there.
So
It's Drake
like
May.
maybe you're gonna be the one that saves
Never
me.
mind.
You're not even going to really. There's a
12
famous.
months.
It's gonna be May. That like the one people quote all the time, but you choose that song.
Okay,
I
so we
would've
played a
picked that one,
game.
too.
So we played a game
I
during
don't
the
know
draft.
what that is.
And how we played it is we had to predict the first round. And
Usually we do a live show.
we usually do it live, yeah. And so our annual tradition of seeing who can get the correct picks. So you get a point if you get the right team, and you get a point if you get the right player, and you get 2 points if you correctly pick a trade. You have to get it perfectly on the teams. You don't need to get the right picks that they switch, but you need to get the right teams. Well, it's only happened once in 3 years that we correctly did a trade between two teams, and it didn't happen this year. No one got it right. Rob, you were so close with the Vikings. Rob got one close with the Vikings, but all for naught. So the final tally is, in third place, we have Rob with 26 correct. Rob had a late round correct pick with the Buccaneers, which was really cool.
Wow.
He got the Bucs pick right.
Let's go.
And in second
ball.
place is Liam with 32 points. And the reason why, it could have been the reason why, he could have made the comeback, but he didn't pick his last
I
two-
abstained from my last
three
three.
picks.
Because the last 3 picks are stupid.
And actually, the last 3 picks are not stupid because I won off of the 32nd pick in the draft. I got the wrong team, but I got the right player, and I won with 33 points. So, yay. Ben for the dub. Yeah, let's all be happy.
Congratulations, Ben. You won.
That's so enthusiastic.
I
Thank
expected
you.
an insult or something.
He won.
All right. Congrats, Ben.
Thanks, guys. Guys are so supportive.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the route we were going. Wouldn't have been what I chose, but
It would have just been like, you're the worst coach.
great victory.
You bum I was prepared for after that.
Hey, listen, you can guess most of the picks right in the NFL draft. Just
There
let
it
me know
is.
when you get a social life.
There it is.
No, yeah. 5.
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
Don't say, oh yeah, after I insult you about not having a social life.
Well, I do spend a lot of time editing this podcast for everyone. I do have
You are
5 jobs.
insufferable.
Do have 5 jobs.
No one's forcing you to have 5 jobs.
I do. No. Volo would be considered social life, right?
If you pay
Sure.
for it,
I don't
it's
want to
not
have
so-
this conversation, so I'm going to say sure to get
Oh,
that.
I do have a social life. Your face. Let's go to the next segment.
Thank God.
I was so right.
That was the worst game time of all time.
No, it wasn't. I thought my torture trivia is the worst game time of all time.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That was.
So, just another reminder for merchandise. We are releasing new merch this month. Just keep in tune with that. There will be new shirts, new logos, new everything. So keep in tune. We'll be posting all the new things on social media. And yeah. And I would also like to say a huge shout out to Frank for
got an
emailing
email,
us.
dude.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
Every platform we've had interaction,
Yes, the-
aside from email. No one ever emails us, and it breaks my heart. And finally, we got an email.
And it's from the greatest first baseman of all time, Frank.
True.
What did it say?
Okay, I have to pull it up. I want to get it. I want to get it.
You didn't have it ready?
No,
Why'd bring it up if you didn't have it ready?
I have 5 jobs.
Oh,
I'm a busy
please.
guy.
5 jobs, yada,
Oh my
yada,
God.
yada.
I'm a busy guy.
fun of him when we said he was on
I have no social life. And then okay, so
You have no social. You should have the email ready.
it's from Frank, and he says the subline is, "Your loyal fan has notified you." To which it says, "You guys are fantastic. I love the podcast. Can you cover some college lax with playoffs approaching? See you tomorrow." As he's going to face us in.
So we
basketball.
did hockey, but we didn't do college lax.
Name one college lacrosse player.
I can't.
I thought you were
Exactly.
going to say
That's why I'm studying, because I study Unlike you.
If I knew I had to study college lacrosse for Frank, I would have done it.
Yeah.
Except you guys didn't fill me in on the email.
You guys all have access to the email. This is your fault. There's nothing I can do to help you. This is all your fault.
No, I mean I saw the
You
email. It just I didn't.
No one decided to
study.
inform me about it?
You have access
You make
to
the
the
plan.
email. Yeah. Study.
You know what this is like? You ever seen an action movie where it's like there's always like the guy is like, yeah, I make the plans, and then everyone's like, yeah, but what happens when the plans don't work? He goes, I just make the plans, all right? Making them work is your problem. That's what this feels like right now.
Yeah, actually. It's actually a really good
It's like
analogy.
giving SEAL Team 6 is like, hey, just so you know, there's a plan for this mission. They're like, cool, you want to tell us what it is? No. We're not going to
Just
tell you what the
execute
plan
it.
is. Just do it, okay?
I think SEAL Team 6 might be a little bit different, but I like where your heart's at.
I understand. It's a little, it was just kind of the first thing that popped in my head.
Where your heart's at of being against me.
I think comparing Ben to SEAL Team 6 pretty much in any capacity,
No,
you're,
in this,
you're starting
no.
off on the wrong foot.
no,
Hey!
in this context, we're SEAL Team 6, and he's just
I'm the
whoever's in
president.
charge.
I'm the president.
So you just, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We're digging a deeper hole because now he's the president.
I'm the president.
Hey, that doesn't mean anything.
President Ben.
You're not old enough to be president.
Yet.
Well, yeah, that's how time works.
Yep.
That's a great comeback, Ben. It's a great victory.
What's next?
Just like my election. President Ben. Yeah. It's time for locks and upsets. Okay, guys, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to go with my lock of the week. I have the Cleveland Guardians defeating the Los Angeles Angels on Friday night in baseball.
Boring.
My lock? May 5th, 1 o'clock game. I got Delaware over Monmouth in men's baseball.
Men's baseball. And what league is that?
College.
Oh. No specification. Didn't want you to lose your points. Men's college lacrosse. I'm going Towson over Drexel.
Suck up.
Towson's got 9-0 conference guys. Conference player of the year. Easy favorite.
Yeah, you looked at the players to make this pick, not the odds.
Correct. It's Towson lacrosse.
Yeah, sure, dude.
Over Drexel. Anywhere in Maryland versus Drexel.
Okay, true.
Come on, man.
That's true.
There are certain rules with sports.
I don't know that much about college lacrosse, but I do know that Towson's a very good school.
Yeah. So, on my upset, I'm going to stick it to Friday night baseball. I have the Braves defeating the Dodgers in Game 1 of that series.
That should be a fun series.
Yeah, it really should be. And I have the Braves taking Game 1.
My upset? This would be May 4th, Star Wars Day. I have the Washington Nationals beating the Blue Jays.
So, on Star Wars Day, go America.
The holiest of days.
What did you say? Like, Mother's Day, they don't put Mother's Day and May the 4th on the same time?
They can't have two absolute national holidays on the same day.
When this
You have to choose between your mother and Star Wars. It just can't happen. They avoid that. They put them on 2 separate weekends.
And they go out of their way to avoid it.
Of course. People who make the calendar know this.
Yeah, but that's no question for another day.
Who makes the calendar?
Who makes them those days? Like, who just goes like, that's the day? Like,
John C. Calendar.
okay.
Yeah. The great calendar.
Why do I feel like I'm a lunatic for thinking this? But there's an answer here that's so
Oh,
obvious.
it's the Pope.
You look at the camera like, I don't know.
It's kind of like Santa Claus, but for calendars.
All right, I'm getting Nancy over here. Can I tell you my?
Oh, yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah,
upset?
Yeah.
I'm taking.
I just don't understand how these calendars can be done this way.
the Knicks over the Sixers. That's Thursday. That's Game 6.
Okay.
If it gets to Game 6.
I wonder.
Oomba-doom-ba-doom. Who wrote the book of love? Maybe,
I don't know this song. I can't join in with you.
Who wrote the book of love?
I don't know the song either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for listening. You can follow us on our socials at Dear Hollow Heroes. You can also message us through dearhollowheroes@gmail.com.
I'm good. We did it.
Message us and let us know a comment, a take, an insult. Tell us who's your favorite person.
An insult. Please don't email us and insult us.
You are smelly.
I don't think I could survive the rest of the day if I got insulted through an email.
Email?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
low.
That's a lot of effort.
Through our brand's email, too.
It's a lot of effort. And, of course, I'd like to thank Meek Manly and Meekum and Ropes Beer Rob Kelly.
That's me.
And I'm just Ben Pendry. And we'll see you all next week.
Who wrote the book of love?
Ooh. Baby, 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 who wrote the book of love?
Who?
I still don't know the song. Yeah, no.
Who?
No idea.
Well, all right, the calendar thing is actually really bothering
Pope.
me. The Pope?
Yeah.
Are you like dead set on
Pope
that?
Benedict III, yeah.
I thought you were going to say Benedict Arnold. I'm like,
No.
I don't
I
think
thought you were gonna say Pope Calendar.
No, that would be ridiculous, guys. It's
like
Pope
I kind of
Benedict
I kind
III
of understand
currently.
how like some holidays, like of course, like some are always set, like Christmas is always set, and so like I know Thanksgiving is
Well,
the
no,
fourth
those are
week.
also made by the Pope.
Oh,
But they're religious holidays, so that's
Oh.
why, yeah.
but like, how do they determine when Mother's Day is?
The same way they determine what day 4th of July is.
No,
It's just that day.
Is it like a specific day or is it like a
It's
number in the week?
It's the third Sunday in every month.
Is that actually true?
Yeah.
And every month?
It's also not the third Sunday of this month, so think about it.
Every third Sunday.
It's
is
always the
Mother's
Sunday
Day?
after May the 4th, so the holidays don't collide.
Oh.
Why have you taken everything we've said so seriously?